This is TWiT.
All right, Motorola at let's see here, at CES announced 30 years of the Lenovo ThinkPad. Oh, either of you used a ThinkPad at any time in your history of computing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was
One time,
early 2000s, pre-moving to San Francisco, working for a hotel company. I was on a Lenovo ThinkPad. It might have been back when it was an IBM ThinkPad.
IBM. I think, last time I used
right.
one was IBM. Yeah.
Right. Well,
And I do remember it was a highly sought after laptop when you got your computer from IT. You wanted one of those.
yes.
And not cheap either.
Yeah.
Yep,
Totally.
they were the hotness.
The little red nub in the middle of the
Yep.
keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah, when I was working at CNET, that was the laptop that they ended up giving me, and I thought it was so cool that I had that laptop. And so apparently ThinkPads have been around for 30 years now. Who would have thunk? And now Motorola is releasing the ThinkPhone. So they're kind of, doing this like collaborative thing to give you serious ThinkPad vibes. Android 13, 4 years of updates, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chip, 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM, storage options up to 512 gigs, a 6.6-inch OLED display, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 68 watt wired charging, and 15 watt wireless. But it's built, because of the relationship between ThinkPad and the ThinkPhone, it's built to work with ThinkPad laptops, kind of in a cohesive way. So, it has a red key on the side. It's a multifunction button that you can customize, but it also has this feature called Think to Think, which allows for. Yeah, it totally looks like a ThinkPad in a phone.
Look at that.
It does. It really does.
It has
I kind of like that. I like it. It's a little retro feel, right?
No, totally. And I mean,
cool.
30 years is working for them, might as well. It has, so this Think to Think has unified clipboard, notifications sync across devices, file drops across devices, a couple of other features, but it also allows for the ThinkPhone to be a wireless webcam for the ThinkPad. That's kind of neat. That's what we're showing right here. That's what Bert just pulled up.
Yeah, so for audio viewers, it's a setup of a ThinkPad with the ThinkPhone next to it and
mounted.
With a little. Is that like a cradle or a stand or whatever that goes into it? Yeah. So
It's a wireless webcam.
Fun fact. I mean, what I find fascinating about this is I didn't know the ThinkPad was still a thing, even at all.
Oh yeah. ThinkPad's still thinking.
Still plugging along. Still thinking.
It's still thinking. It hasn't decided, but it's still thinking. No pricing yet on the ThinkPad, or on the ThinkPhone. But I don't know. I think it's, I think that's kind of smart. I actually, as I'm kind of thinking about it now, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do this sooner. Has there ever been a ThinkPad influenced phone? Like, it's kind of weird that it took this long.
Yeah, it's kind of like who didn't put one and one together at Lenovo.
Yeah. Opportunity.
Oh, it's got the little red power button too.
Right.
Kind of call back to that eraser mouse. So
Totally.
it's really good branding.
It's too bad it doesn't have the red nub. It looked like the Nexus One.
How did that
right at the
not
bottom now.
happen?
It's called promotion.
Well, no. Well, so
right.
according,
Like they should have been promoting their brand. It's a theme. That's all it is.
So, So what's interesting to this is that, like, I just quickly did the quick Google or whatever, but like Lenovo made phones until 2015, when then the whole Motorola thing happened, and they stopped making Lenovo phones to focus on Motorola, right? Right. Yep. Yeah. So like you're in a situation where it's like they bought an established brand, right, and said, okay, Lenovo is going to be this. Except I have a Lenovo tablet, right? Like they still were active in the Android world. It's so funny how that, like, this seems like the most obvious thing to do. Yeah, and it took till 2013 to happen.
Yeah, 2023.
Do you remember Do you remember the Lephone, Jason?
The Lephone. I remember the name.
Lephone.
What was the Lephone?
That was the Lenovo phone.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Maybe some at Motorola.
The Echo? No, that's different.
Leco.
That's different.
That was La Echo. Yeah, do you remember that?
I never heard of a Lephone before.
The Lephone, as Lenovo smartphones were called in China, offered at a low price point in the Chinese market. The Lephone
But not
benefited
France.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Le phone. Yeah. Oh, one thing I didn't mention about this is it's highly durable. Like it has a high durability rating, mil spec.
That's brilliant.
810H.
As a ThinkPad phone.
That's even better.
Yeah. So, yeah. Good on you, Motorola. I like it.
Is it made out of real carbon fiber, or does it just look like
Yeah,
it?
good question.
And the Razer.
I was just going to say,
out.
it kind of has that kind of like old school Razer quality.
Yeah. So someone at Motorola was just feeling the nostalgia and thinking, you know what? Maybe there's like a 7-year cycle with phones or with tech or something that, why don't we bring back brands that people like, and maybe people in our bracket are like, I really like that thing. I bet a new version of that thing would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
But I'm more excited about the ThinkPad than the Razer. And I have one.
Yeah.
Which I don't need.
Don't miss All About Android every week. We talk about the latest news, hardware, apps, and now all the developer-y goodness happening in the Android ecosystem. I'm Jason Howell, also joined by Ron Richards, Florence Ion, and our newest co-host on the panel, Huyen Tue Dao, who brings her developer chops. Really great stuff. We also invite people from all over the Android ecosystem to talk about this mobile platform we love so much. Join us every Tuesday, All About Android on TWiT.tv.